inside the circle. Sean, you take your place. You take your place, I'll take mine, which is pretty much just sitting here for the next 3 weight classes. We have 160, 170, 182. We're going to break down top 4 individuals. D1. Sean, go ahead.
It's starting to get serious around here, boys. 160, 170, and 182, although 182 is not. I expect these weights to even out. You know, at the beginning of the year,
I see what you're saying.
at the beginning of the year, you have like this bubble of the weight.
Mm-hmm.
Every district and every state has this bubble. And as the season progresses, it gradually levels
Evens out, yeah.
when everyone realizes what the real pecking order is of a weight class. So I expect a lot of this to happen, especially over the next 2 or 3 weight classes of any other 3 weight classes. That's for Kevin Petrella. He loves when I say especially, so that's for you. He's helping us with a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff today. But before I start getting rambling too much, because I do it enough as it is, let's take a look at 160.
Let's.
160 has kind of changed me over the last week. I think the participants we have here aren't the ones I thought we would have, but I have this as the 4th toughest weight at Darby. And at number 1, we have Kyle Lawson, 2-time state champ from St. Paris Graham. I mean, this is easily to identify who is the top of the food chain at this weight class. This guy is an absolute hammer. Hasn't hit the mat yet this year. I expect him to be at Delaware this coming up Saturday, making weight at the Superdolls there, and then him wrestling at Brecksville against Hiles, and a couple of those highly ranked guys will be a treat for anyone who is a fan of wrestling, which if you're watching the show, I'm assuming that's what you are extremely bored at this point. So,
Man, I cannot wait for Brecksville, dude.
So, Brett, are you going to be able to make that?
Yes, I cannot make North Canton here.
God, man, the shoulders are getting tired from carrying this guy. But anyways, he is the overwhelming champion here. I think the percentage of him getting beat at Darby is obviously slim. Slim chance, a fat chance, which ironically mean the same thing. I think we used that last week, but I like to so we use it again. So right now, Kyle Lawson is absolutely probably one of the heaviest favorites of anyone at Darby.
All right.
But number 2, a pretty solid guy in his own right, is Lane Hinkle from Mount Vernon. 3-time state qualifier. Placer last year, got 3rd, actually pinned the projected champion. And for 3rd and 4th from Mask from Wadsworth,
yes.
Great showing. Did win the...
Perry? Mask?
No, he's from Wadsworth. He's from Wadsworth. You're thinking of Bass.
Ah, yes.
Beat him, so...
That's how that goes.
You see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Lane Hinkle, solid guy, did win the Bad Apple Invitational by 1 point over the Northridge kid.
No.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, I forget
It's you know, they will be at Brecksville as well, so maybe we'll see a Lane Hinkle, Kyle Lawson matchup. Again, 2 solid kids.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you're a 3-time qualifier placer. You're pretty good. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you're pretty good. The kid's nasty on the mat as well.
He is.
At number 3, a guy that I think people are sleeping on here is Max Wright. I know he's been at 170, but I just got a gut feeling this kid makes his way down when we start to put the landscape at 170 together. Solid kid, district placer. Both his losses last year at Darby were to state placers, not qualifiers. So this kid's been there. This is a kid I'm really rooting for. He was in a tough spot at 13 with Nace and Shakur and those guys 2 years ago. Last year again, everybody and their brother out of our district placed. So this kid done his due. I see him a lot at the competition camps. Solid kid. I think he's undefeated at this point. I think all they had is his duel so far, but I'm not sure.
It's early, but
it's early. They will have some matchups, and obviously the marquee match. I think this kid will be at 70 this weekend. His match with Trevor Lawson, again, as we talked about earlier, will be a phenomenal match. But right now, we have him at number 3, and we actually have him ahead of number 4, who is a state qualifier in his own right, Jared Ball.
Stud.
Not the coach from Reynoldsburg. I know he doesn't have any eligibility left, and people keep asking me that. No, they're 2 different guys.
Jared Ball, Hilliard Darby. Stud, that dude, I can't believe he's the 4. Man, that's awesome.
How good is that weight
What
class?
a great weight class. That kid moves like crazy.
He does keep moving.
He
I
does.
think he was a Tulsa national champion as a middle school guy, and that's like the premier tournament for junior high guys back in the day. This kid kind of grew a bit, really long, solid, athletic kid. I'm really excited to see him go against Max Wright and these bigger guys when we get into some of these tournaments, especially seeing Jared Ball up in Medina, which he had a bad Medina last year, which kind of got me off of him. And coach said, hey, don't worry about it. That was just a bad tournament. And his coach was definitely right, but he was dead on that kid. Kid really turned into something. So right now, we will have Jared Ball at number 4. And as in the state picture, these guys are all in. Kyle Lawson is obviously a heavy favorite to win the state title. Lane Hinkle and those guys are all going to battle for high places themselves. And I wouldn't be shocked at all if all 4 qualifiers aren't all on the podium. So that's really big stuff here, and that's 160.
All Central Ohio final.
And for 3rd and 4th. All semifinal, yes, this guy.
Sing them praises of the Central District.
There you
Hashtag
go.
it. Sean, I do have a question before you go up to 170. Would you like to do 182 first and then 170?
No.
Okay, good. 170 coming at you. Go.
170, man, is this thing, it couldn't get possibly any deeper at this weight class. It is the second ranked toughest weight at Darby, only behind 138. And these guys are just absolute hammers. We're actually going 9 deep here.
Get your popcorn,
9 deep.
folks.
Just sit down, pause it, go to the bathroom, do what you got. We're going to be here a while.
All right, wait, battery. Come on. Well, we're doing all right on battery. Go ahead. Break it down.
We're good. At number 1, Josiah Harrell, a guy who had just an absolutely whirlwind of a postseason. Has a huge sectional final over Lane Hinkle, then comes back at Darby,
Yes.
in the semifinal, beats state runner-up Cepeda, and then beats state third Hinkle again before he goes to the shot and gets technical followed by a state
first
alternate, and then bows out 1 and 2. I think that was just a lot of momentum or a lot of energy or just a lot of stuff going on for 2 weeks that he just had a letdown. I think the kid's a lot better than what he should,
Right.
and I expect high things out of him. He did win the Olden-Tangy Lewis Center Invitational over Jimmy Thompson. The first week of the season, I think he's wrestled just more. I think Josiah is more of a patient wrestler. Last year he would shoot maybe 20 to 30 times and get 2 or 3 takedowns. Now he's taking like 10 to 15 shots and getting 5 or 6.
Nice.
He's a lot more patient, a lot more comfortable what he's doing, and this guy really could be anything. And right now he's the number 1 guy going into Darby. At number 2, we're going Brandon Goldsmith. Just had that big win over second ranked and 6th place state finisher last year, Bryant from Moeller. A guy that didn't wrestle over the weekend. I think probably taking ACTs.
He did.
I do hear some murmurs that he may be down at 60, but this is another kid. Both his losses at the district tournament were the state placers. Super kid, just one of those kids that you root for every year. I expect him to really be in the thick of it right now. And right now we will have him ranked at number 2. At number 3, a guy who just had the tournament of his life, Trevor Lawson from Liberty.
Yes.
Guy I wasn't sure about. I've seen him wrestle a couple of times. This kid got big. I think maybe at the beginning of the year they were talking he might be the 38-pounder or 45-pounder and just absolutely gains like 10 pounds every day. This is a big, strong, and lean guy. He has an arsenal of moves. He's just always looking to attack.
I gain 10 pounds a day,
You
man.
gain 10 pounds a day, too.
I bet he's putting on much better than I'm putting on. Donuts don't like pack on
again,
muscle.
a guy who's
like
got
that.
incredible workout partners. I was so impressed with him yesterday.
Right.
Again, who's just going to be in the thick of it. And God, this guy is going to be any type as well. And again, he's a 2-time winner this year. He won at DeSales. He was part of that first team they put together at DeSales. He won kind of handily. And then he won yesterday rather handily over a solid JoJo Terry. So, God, keep an eye on this guy going forward. At number 4, Jimmy Thompson, a guy that I think the Rakers up in North who can't see Columbus from their house, had this guy like ranked 3rd in the state. Kind of having a tough way to go. I think Jimmy just kind of rounded back into form. I think he got away from wrestling a little bit there in the summer just to relax a little bit. This guy is dangerous. I mean, this guy could win Darby and it wouldn't surprise me one bit. And this guy could be in the state finals and it wouldn't surprise me one bit. Jimmy's just a dangerous, tough guy that if you're lined up to go against somebody at Darby, you don't want to see him in the other side of the corner. So this is a tough guy. Did get 2nd at Olden-Tangy Lewis Center and then got 4th yesterday at Liberty. But he will be at the Delaware Duels, so we'll get that match with Trevor Lawson that he didn't get, and then the following week we'll see him in Medina going against maybe possible people like Brandon Goldsmith and among others. So
Man.
Right now, at number 5, we're putting state qualifier Colton Carroll from Tates Valley. Guy who just came out of the blocks a little bit slow, had a crazy match with Schneider from Westboro Central a week ago, then comes out and loses in the first round of Liberty yesterday to Hess from Gahanna. I still like this guy. He was a football guy. I think Taze Valley had some success in the state playoffs. I think they qualified. So maybe he's just slow getting himself back into wrestling shape and a wrestling mindset.
It's a long season, Give him to January. Let's
You
see
gotta
what he's
start
got.
somewhere.
Are they at Brecksville this year? In the
They
past
are
they've
Brecksville.
gone. Let's see what happens then. And
a lot of Central Ohio kids at that
Yes.
Brecksville tournament at 170.
Woo,
Right now
man.
I'm at number 5. At number 6, I cannot believe this kid is number 6. When this kid is at number 6 at the district tournament of any district tournament in the galaxy, that is a tough weight. And we're talking of Nate Longo Dublin Coffman
That kid's a stud.
That kid is a stud. Done a ton of wrestling. I think he went down to Super 32s, wrestled in the Hoosier Invitational right before the season. Kid's done a lot of wrestling. Has a win over Hess from Gahanna, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But a guy that could be any kind and has put in a lot of the work. I just can't believe I have him at number 6. It's just amazing to me. This weight is that deep, and he is a number 6. Where will he be this weekend?
North Canton Hoover.
North Canton, it's always the answer.
Will you be there?
I will be there.
I will not be there.
North Canton Hoover is always the answer. So he will be at North Canton Hoover, and that's number 6. At number 7.
How low are we going here? We're doing top
7.
4, but apparently we're going to number 7.
If I would have told you that there is somebody that would beat Jimmy Thompson and Colton Carroll and not be ranked in the top 6, you would have told me I was crazy.
I would tell you you're crazy.
There's that's almost impossible.
Tell me who it is.
At number 7, we have Hess from Gahanna.
Oh,
yeah.
well, yeah.
In the same day, this guy beats Colt Carroll, state qualifier, right out of the chute, and then beats Jimmy Thompson, ranked 3rd in the state for 3rd and 4th. This guy, I've seen this guy wrestle a lot. A couple years ago, he just kind of wasn't sure of himself. I just continue to see him get better. He was a sectional champion last year, and he's just getting better, man. This guy is really something. The fact that he had beat both those highly ranked kids and doesn't get any higher than the 7th ranking shows the incredible depth of this weight class. I am telling you right now to all 7 people, if you can, get out of 170.
Where are you gonna go?
Go anywhere. Go
to 152.
Go 152. Go choose one and go 195. Just get out of 70. It is so deep. And we're not even done yet. At number 8, we have Will Stratton from Bradley. My God, Will Stratton is 8th? You're kidding me.
Unbelievable.
What are you talking about? 8th in the state? No, 8th in the district. You're killing me, man.
Will Stratton's a stud.
Will Stratton could go with anybody. I'm kind of nervous because he doesn't win, but he always has these 1-point matches with these this guy wrestles a state champion, it's a 1-point match. He wrestles a district champion, it's a 1-point match. He wrestles a sectional champion, it's a 1-point match. Will just has a lot of close matches that he just has to start getting over the hump in. But man, to have this guy ranked 8th is absolutely insane. At number 9, we're going Carter Davis, Delaware Hayes. Lost to Donatelli from
Darby.
Darby, 1 or 2 points to start, maybe 2 points to start the district tournament. This guy is just a solid kid. Did have a win over Stephen DeLuz. And the consolation, the fact that this guy's number 9 is just insane to me. But again, 170 is premier weight class of Darby. If there is only one weight you are going to follow at Darby, make sure it's 170. You are in your seat, got your kids, your wife, your food, your
popcorn, hot dogs.
I'll take care of them. You're front and center at 170. But again, I would be shocked if these guys don't move around. But I think you can't really move down, can you? When you have people like Jared Ball, 4th at 60.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's a pretty steep competition level.
The only place you can go is up, so we'll see how this.
Unless you drop 2 to 152.
But again, what 4 guys are we gonna send at the state tournament? Are these guys gonna be the baddest guys this Mississippi? Or are they all gonna be beat up from army crawling through that warpath they're gonna have to deal with the Darby? So I'm not sure how it's gonna shake out. I've seen it happen both ways before, but right now 170 is definitely the weight to watch. I think in the state picture there, Andrew McNally from Uniontown Lake, going to be hard to beat. That guy's pretty much one of the top upper weight guys in the state regards to division. So,
any idea where you committed to?
I think it's one of the Michigan schools, Eastern Michigan or Central Michigan, but I'm not 100%.
Gotcha.
But that's 170 right now. It's a crazy weight to watch. And this week is Delaware Duels again. It's just another week where 170 has these phenomenal weights.
Well, we got one more weight class, Sean. 182 pounds. Let's talk. These guys are borderline hog mollies here. 182 pounds.
182 pounds.
Give it to me.
182 pounds. I think we have a solid choice here. It's the 8th toughest weight in the district. I think after the top guys, it starts to get thin. Well, we have a lot of rapidly improving guys at this weight, but that happens to me a lot in these upper weights guys who are football players who just come out for wrestling that are just athletic. Learn the sport well, and they start to get good rather quickly. But number 1 is Eric DeLuz. I don't think there's a chance that this kid possibly gets beat. He really is the class of 182. Guy's been wrestling since he was knee-high to a grasshopper. This guy's just been wrestling a ton. Very, very patient wrestler. Has a win at Old Tangy Lewis Center this year. Followed up with the win at Liberty over Fitzpatrick from Liberty. He will be at the Delaware Duels, obviously wrestling against another Old Tangy kid, and maybe get one of those Dakota Carters or somebody big for Delaware as well, and then the week later they'll be at Medina. At number 2, we're going to Fitzpatrick from Liberty, and Kondersky from Liberty. I think they're not sure what weight that's going to shake out. I think one of them obviously is going to go 82, one of them is going to go 95. I think they're both just kind of deciding which way is best for them right now. So right now I will rank them as a couple there at number 2.
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick did get second yesterday to Duluth at Old Tanger Liberty, and Fitzpatrick was the champ at DeSales the week earlier. So a guy who was a sectional champion in his own right last year, had a phenomenal Disney duels over the summer. I think went 9-1, maybe 8-2, but I think it was 9-1. A dangerous guy. Watch for him. At number 3, I think this is a little surprised. I think this guy's ranked a little bit lower in some of the state rankings than I think he should be. But we're going Wiry from Marysville. I kind of liked this guy last year. I thought there was a chance maybe he'd get out 70. 70 was a pretty tough weight. He had really good matches with some of the top level guys. He's just a dangerous guy to me. Like, if my kid was wrestling him, I would be nervous. He's just a dangerous guy. Seeing him at the competition camps, seeing him do a lot of wrestling. He got second yesterday at the Highland Invitational up at Kilty Classic. Lost to the guy from Medina, I believe, for first there, but had a phenomenal tournament being up there and really had a strong showing in his own right. At number 4, clearly the most improved kid in the upper weight is Boyd from Watkins Memorial. This guy really got off to a slow start last year and then just picked up steam, became a state alternate from Watkins Memorial at 170. This year is 2-0 or 3-0 maybe in their duels. Hasn't really impressed anyone, but he will be at
North Canton Hoover,
so we'll really find out if he's still continuing to progress through his the scene and find out where he's at. At number 5, we're going to go Colvin from
Hilliard Darby. Yeah, that dude is jacked.
That dude is jacked. Great wrestler. I had him last year as a district placer. He was a district placer. He's another football guy. They've had some success. I know he did wrestle the first dual meet they had, but I don't know how far along he is in his training at this point. I think that Grove City one was just to get him on the mat and get him something going. But if he doesn't come out of the blocks good, I'm really not going to hold that against him because of the football success they've had on the team. But dangerous guy. I would not shock me at all if he's not in the district final. He could probably beat all those except the lose. So a kid to watch out for. And at number 6, we're going to go Dakota Carter, Delaware Hayes. These guys, if you've ever went to any competition camp this year,
he's there.
They're all there.
The whole team is. You're right.
The whole team's like a stampede.
I got it.
It's kind of
I got it.
Seriously, there's
I got
always a ton of these. I mean, there's probably 20 to 30 of them at every competition camp. So this guy's got to be getting better. If you've ever seen this guy, have you ever seen Dakota Carter?
I have not.
Dude is jacked. Like, seriously. He probably is the most defined wrestler at Darby this year. Since Fudge was not going to be there. That dude is jacked, man. So
you didn't answer my question?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay, cool.
Athletic kid, done a ton of wrestling. This is a kid to look out for. As opposed to the state picture, I think Duluth could possibly win this thing. I think he could be a state champion. J.C. Brown did not have a good Ironman, and I know it's Ironman, but probably should be some kids who didn't. And then the kid from Elyria, the kid from Nordonia, Pierce, I think is his name. It's the other 2 kids. They do have Eric ranked 3rd, and that is legit 3rd. Again, I would not be surprised at all if Eric DeLewis is not the state champion at 182.
You're going to win the state tournament, you got to win the district tournament, and it sounds like he's going to be there.
So that's the next 3. Stay around. We're going to do 95.
Oh, we got 95. Yes, right on. Yes, coming up. I'm excited. So that was 60, 70, 82 right there. Sean, any parting thoughts?
Get out of 170!
And now you are inside the circle.